Hello, dear friends, dear brother or dear sister. So we meet again. This is the sixth video in our series, towards a state of happiness for you, which is not dependent upon one's personal desires or external constraints. So the fifth video that was made, it had the title, can we overcome our personal karma? And the conclusion was that if you live in your spirit body and your body of intuition, of course you can, because there is no karma there, for any human being. So the title of this video is how to overcome personal karma. We will look at some methodologies, some exercises on how it can be done. So the title is Overcoming Personal Karma. Related to that, you see, you must be aware of what we call as the law of circular motion. You know what this law of circular motion is? Actually, this entire manifestation of space and time is dependent on this universal law of circular motion. So, whatever comes out from you, whether it's a thought or a feeling, and especially when it is a bad thought or a bad feeling, you know what it does? It goes all around earth, and if it's a negative or a bad feeling, it will collect all the filth with it, as it is going along, and it will return back to the source. Now, nature is something, very beautiful, where one can really understand this law of circular motion. So I'll illustrate it by an example. As I said, examples are always very good. Say you are standing in a valley. You are right at the center of a valley, and this valley is surrounded by rocky mountains, right? Now, if you call out that I love you, what happens? This sound will go to those rocky mountains, and then it will echo back, right? And many echoes will come. I love you, I love you, I love you. And where does it come back? It comes back to the source, to you, from where it actually started. So now, say for example, as I was saying, about that law of circular motion, if you say that I hate you, so what is going to happen then? Many times it will multiply and come back to you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. So in the end, you are the beneficiary of your thoughts and your feelings. So that's a good example to illustrate that how, the law of circular motion works. And you see, also based on the law of karma, it doesn't matter, your thoughts or feelings can come back to you through many lifetimes. So that's one point one must really, consider in this. See, one of the things that Master Biensa Duno used to communicate to me, and I really like that phrase, is that keep things simple. Don't complicate things. Try to lead your life as well, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, just as simple as it can be. And this works. This rule will work everywhere, right? So, coming to the exercise is this, that if any thought or any feeling which comes to you and it is going to cause pain or anxiety or any of those characteristics to anyone, you just don't entertain it, right? Because remember that you see, your higher nature and you within yourself are always pure. You're always in that natural state of absolute happiness, as the great masters have communicated through the ages, right from Gautam Buddha down to, Banisa Duno or Sage Ramana, right? So it's so simple. Look, of course, we spoke about this in the last, video, that, your destiny is working because you're constantly attacked by these negative thoughts, negative impulses, right? What I may call as the dark or the negative impulses driving us. And remember, there is another rule, 90% things are good, thoughts are good, feelings are good, and it's only the 10%. If you reflect upon your day, look at it, 90%, you know, things are good. We are sitting here, my friends are around me, we are shooting the video, you know, and in Hindu scriptures and Hindu culture, we have got Diwali today, so it's a beautiful day. But even in all this, 10% that suffering will come within you, the bad thoughts, the bad feelings, and that's what you've got to overcome, you know. So this is one exercise, and I'll give you another exercise along these terms by means of an example. You know, here in Australia, what happens is that during winter in June, the days are very short. So it was about 5:30. I came home, you know, from work, and I was quite tired and watching the TV, and suddenly there was a knock on the front door. I said, well, it's getting dark. Why is it, you know, is someone there at 5:45 in the evening? So I went and opened the front door, and guess what, you know, the two sisters, anxiety and fear, both of them were there. So I said, well, what are you two doing here, you know, at this time? They said, we were just in the neighborhood, you know, we thought that we'll pay you a visit. So I said, look, I'm very tired at this time, you know, and I'm just having my afternoon tea, you know, listening to the news. What I can do is, you know, make a cup of tea for you. See, I don't drink tea, but I could, you know, boil some water in the microwave, put a bag of, you know, Lipton tea or whatever in it. And I said, you can have these glucose biscuits, which I'm eating. And then suddenly they were just staring at me, you know. And I looked at them. I said, well, what happened, you know? They said, you know, we thought that probably we remember there's another work we have got, so we'll come back again, you know. I said, no, you said you wanted to come, so I'm entertaining you, come, you know. So anyway, they left, you see, and then when I followed them, I saw them going on another side street, you know, from our house, and they went to, you know, another neighbor's house, and they were knocking there. And this is basically what they do all the time, you know. Anyway, the story doesn't finish there, you see. It was about 9:45 in the night, same day, right? And it was time for us to sleep. Naturally, you got to get up at 4:30 again and, you know, start going to work. So this time again, there was this loud knock on the front door, and I said, oh gee, it's pitch dark, winter, what's someone doing there, you know? And then anyway, I went up, and when I opened the door, and this time the other two sisters, you know, sensuality and sexuality, both of them were there, you see. Now, they are the two which basically trouble human beings the most. You know, your senses, they always prey on you, you know, all the time, right? So I said, what are you two sisters doing here, you know? They said, well, you know, we thought we'll just pay Anil a visit, you know. And you see, because I'm actually originally born as a Hindu in India, so I watched a lot of Bollywood films. So they said, well, you know, nowadays, you know, that young people in India, they really enjoy these very, you know, what is it, disco songs or whatever. They said, so what we'll do is that, you know, the two sisters said, we'll play some beautiful Bollywood songs, you know, we'll have some, you know, nice young girls there dancing with some boys. So Anil will enjoy and we'll enjoy with him, you see. And you got to keep in mind, when it is dark, that is when these, you know, negative impulses attack the most. So anyway, I said, look, the thing is this, that I'm really very tired and I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm just listening to, you know, this religious song on Sage Ramana. And then we have, you know, what you call as this arti, which is virtually played everywhere if you are familiar with the Indian culture. And it's a beautiful, what is it, a spiritual song, you know. So I said, I'm going to play that, and after that I'm going to go to sleep. So if you want, join me, sit next to the lounge, and we'll enjoy. And guess what, you know, when smoke starts coming out, when you light up coal and there's a bit of fire coming, that's what I saw coming out from the two sisters. I said, oh, what happened? You were all glee and very happy, you know, when you came here. They said, oh, look, you know, actually we've just got another urgent work, you know. So don't worry, we'll visit you another time, you know. So I followed them. I said, no, you come, you know, you have been coming here for nearly 2000 years, and now I've realized, you know, your game, what you have been up to, and I'm going to tell everyone what you have been doing, you know. So anyway, I followed them, and then I saw them going into my neighbor's house and knocking there, you see. So that is the story with the negative impulses. So as I said before, I gave you this illustration that, look, you know, there are many exercises in this, like being the silent observer, being the witness. But if you just witness, if you just calm down, and I'll give you a little trick here. Whenever, you know, you are disturbed, right, you give 3 minutes. It's not a lot of time. You can keep on looking at your clock. in 3 minutes, right? Anything that troubles you, if you just sit, whether it's at work or your girlfriend is nagging at you, or your wife is unhappy, or the husband is growling, whatever it may be, in 3 minutes that thing will disappear. So I'm going to bring this video to a close, but we are going to have a few more videos on which we will keep on discussing that how we overcome these 10% of negative impulses, and we can actually reach to that state of absolute happiness. Thank you.